Can we really build muscles without exercising? It seems like a question straight out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? Well, before we dive into the realm of possibilities, let's first explore the traditional understanding of muscle growth. Muscle growth, or hypertrophy, has always been associated with physical exertion. The common belief is that muscles grow in response to the strain and damage caused by rigorous exercise. Imagine your muscles as a fortress. Each time you exercise, it's like launching a siege against this fortress. The walls crumble under the onslaught, but then, in the quiet aftermath, the fortress rebuilds itself. Not only does it repair the damage, but it also fortifies its walls, making them stronger and more resilient against future attacks. This is the essence of muscle growth as we know it. The process is governed by a delicate balance between protein synthesis and protein degradation. When you exercise, you break down muscle proteins, which might sound counterproductive, but it's actually a crucial part of the process. This damage signals your body to ramp up protein synthesis, to not only replace the lost proteins but also to add more, leading to muscle growth. However, there's a catch. This process demands a lot from your body. It requires energy, nutrients, and rest to effectively rebuild and fortify your muscle fortress. This is why you often feel famished after a workout and why rest days are as important as workout days in any fitness regimen. Now, this traditional view of muscle growth, while widely accepted and backed by solid scientific evidence, is not the end of the story. There's a whole world of research exploring other pathways to muscle growth, pathways that might not require you to lift a single dumbbell or run a single mile. But what if there was a way to stimulate muscle growth without all the sweat and toil? Let's explore this fascinating concept. To understand how we might build muscles without exercise, we first need to grasp how muscles grow in the first place. It all begins with a process known as muscle hypertrophy, a fancy term that essentially describes the growth and increase of the size of muscle cells. But how does this happen, you may ask? Well, when we exercise, particularly when we engage in resistance or weight training, we create tiny microscopic tears in our muscle fibers. This might sound a little alarming, but it's actually a good thing. It's this damage that signals the body that it needs to repair and rebuild the muscles. During these rest periods, the body springs into action, repairing the damaged muscle fibers through a cellular process where it fuses muscle fibers together to form new muscle protein strands or myofibrils. These repaired myofibrils increase in thickness and number to create muscle hypertrophy. So, in simpler terms, the more you work out, the more damage is done to the muscle fibers, prompting your body to repair and ultimately grow the muscles. But here's where it gets interesting. This process isn't just about physical strain and recovery, it's also intimately tied to our body's hormonal responses. Hormones play a vital role in muscle growth. Two hormones, in particular testosterone and growth hormone, become crucial players in this process. Testosterone, often associated with men but also present in women, aids muscle growth by facilitating the increase in muscle protein synthesis. It's like a construction manager, ensuring that the rebuilding process after a workout is efficient and effective. Similarly, growth hormone, which is produced by the pituitary gland, works to stimulate the growth, cell reproduction, and regeneration, aiding in the repair of the damaged muscle fibers. So, muscle growth is a complex process involving both physical strain and the body's hormonal responses. But could this process be triggered in other ways? Exercise isn't the only thing that can put a strain on our muscles and lead to growth. There are other methods that might surprise you. Let's delve into one such technique that's been gaining attention lately: electrical muscle stimulation, or EMS for short. EMS is a process where electrical currents are passed through the muscle, triggering contractions much like those we experience during a typical workout. The idea here is to stimulate the muscle in a way that pushes it beyond its comfort zone, much like traditional exercise but without the weights and sweat. Just picture this. You're lounging on your couch with electrodes attached to your biceps, and with the flick of a switch, those muscles start to contract and release, mimicking the effects of a bicep curl. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? But how does this lead to muscle growth, you wonder? Well, it all comes down to the concept of overload. Overload is the principle that for a muscle to grow, it needs to be challenged beyond its normal limits. This is why we lift heavier weights, do more repetitions, or run faster. We're pushing our muscles to do more than they're used to, and in response, they adapt and grow. With EMS, overload can be achieved by increasing the intensity of the electrical currents, thereby causing stronger muscle contractions. Just like lifting a heavier dumbbell, your muscle is challenged and responds accordingly. However, it's important to note that while EMS can stimulate muscle contractions, it's not a magic bullet for muscle growth. Diet, rest, and a variety of exercises are still essential for well-rounded muscle development. Moreover, EMS should be used under proper supervision, as misuse can lead to muscle damage. Also, it may not be suitable for everyone, especially those with certain medical conditions or implants. These methods may not replace the gym, but they offer intriguing possibilities, yet they're not the only alternatives out there. So, as we continue to explore the fascinating world of muscle growth, remember there's more than one way to stimulate those fibers. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the future of muscle growth in the next scene. As science advances, we're exploring new frontiers in muscle growth that could change everything we thought we knew. Gene therapy, a term that might sound like it's straight out of a dystopian novel, is one such frontier. Researchers are investigating the potential of manipulating our DNA to enhance muscle growth. This is not about creating superhumans, but rather about helping those who can't exercise due to various health conditions. This approach could potentially allow them to build and maintain muscle mass without the physical exertion traditionally associated with it. One method under investigation involves a protein called myostatin. This naturally occurring substance in our bodies regulates muscle growth, ensuring we don't bulk up excessively. However, the idea is that by inhibiting myostatin, we could potentially unlock greater muscle growth. Some animals, like the Belgian blue cattle, naturally have a mutation that reduces myostatin, resulting in their well-known muscular physique. Scientists are also looking into the potential of drugs that could mimic the effects of exercise on our muscles. Imagine if a pill could provide the same benefits as a grueling workout session. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? These drugs, often referred to as exercise mimetics, could potentially stimulate the same cellular pathways that are activated when we exercise, leading to muscle growth and improved fitness. However, it's crucial to emphasize that these methods are still in the experimental stage. Scientists are just beginning to understand the complexities of muscle growth on a molecular level. Furthermore, these approaches come with their own set of challenges and potential risks, such as adverse side effects or ethical concerns. The future of muscle growth is promising and exciting, with research pushing the boundaries of what we once thought possible. Yet we must proceed with caution, ensuring that any developments are safe, ethical, and beneficial for all. These cutting-edge methods might seem like science fiction today, but who knows what the future holds. So, can we build muscles without exercising? The answer is more complex than a simple yes or no. We've journeyed through the enigma of muscle growth, unraveling the science behind it, and exploring alternatives to traditional exercise. We've peeked into the future of muscle growth, where technology and science meet to redefine the way we perceive fitness. Remember, muscle growth is a process that requires the breakdown and rebuilding of muscle fibers, a process traditionally triggered by resistance training. However, we've discovered that there are alternative methods that can potentially stimulate this process. From electrical muscle stimulation to hormone therapy and the use of certain supplements, there are numerous avenues being investigated, but let's not lose sight of the fact that these are alternatives, not replacements. While they might show potential, none of these methods are currently a substitute for the benefits of a healthy lifestyle that includes regular physical activity. Exercise is not just about muscle growth, it's also about maintaining a healthy heart, improving your mood, boosting your energy, and so much more. Sure, the idea of achieving muscular gains without the sweat and effort is enticing, but remember, there's value in the journey, in the discipline and dedication it takes to maintain a regular exercise routine. It's about more than just the physical results. It's about the sense of accomplishment, the mental strength, and the self-confidence you gain along the way. That being said, the future is undoubtedly exciting. The advancements in technology and science may soon provide us with new ways to stimulate muscle growth without traditional exercise. But until then, the best way we can stay fit and healthy is to keep moving. As we continue to explore and question, we're constantly learning and growing, and that's the beauty of this journey, isn't it? Always evolving, always improving. While the future may bring new ways to build muscles without exercise, for now, the best way to stay fit and healthy is to keep moving, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep growing.